Talk about sex, baby.
Let's talk
about sex. S-E-X, sex.
As you heard it here first, today is our sex episode. Yeah.
I think we all should talk like this for the whole episode.
Put on our radio voice.
Quiet storm.
Put on the radio voice.
Cam and Kelly.
Ooh. A
Hello.
WPEG.
Today
Power
we got sensual
98.
SHAKUR.
Sensual SHAKUR.
Yeah, sensual SHAKUR. Let me live.
Aaron is not here for any of this
He
today.
He's like, I ain't having none of y'all done this.
But I'm dead ass talking like this for the whole episode.
We got sensual SHAKUR,
Mhm.
blue balls,
Yeah.
and dick giving DAKA.
Blue balls.
I don't know. I couldn't think of anything else.
Because at least in one and more.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
See, look at how she spun that. Look at how she spun that. That was great.
That was very good.
That's what happens when you live with AJ. He keeps you on your toes.
Well, thanks, guys. Welcome back to another week of TAWKS, the official podcast of the iCatWay.com. As you heard who we are today, but I'm DAKA, and then we've got my amazing co-hosts with me today.
Blue. And with
I'm
us,
still sensual SHAKUR.
sensual.
I'll let her
SHAKUR.
have that because it just works for her.
It is. It's on a sensual Saturday. We sensualating. Is that a word? I'm making it a word.
It is today.
I was gonna say,
If it gets
it's
big
gonna be
enough,
today.
if it gets big enough, Webster will make it a word.
Okay, because what Beyonce
Add it to
said?
the dictionary.
They will.
Beyonce
add
said,
it.
because I'm bootylicious. If you don't believe me, look it up.
Ooh.
And she's there. All right. So today, guys, today is our episode about sex, because who doesn't like talking about sex? But we're not just going to talk about it in the cheap and tawdry way. I mean, there's going to be some of that, but there's also going to be like, some like good information and, we'll just see how it
Advice.
goes. There we go. Yeah. Advice. And we'll just see how it goes.
Tips. Ooh. I'm going to just give you the tip.
I
You're
was about to-
Just let me put the tip
There's going to be a
in.
lot of that as well.
In windows and
Been
double
on that word.
entendres.
What?
Honey.
Ooh.
All right, this one might be we might be dragging with this
like
episode,
we're
and
going
that's
deep.
fine. You know what?
Ooh, going deep.
Let me go deep,
All right,
Deep.
girl.
deep. I don't know the words.
My man is not having it with us today.
He is
is
like
over
over it.
In the background, we have our last week guest star, Aaron Taylor,
Aaron Taylor,
who is completely over us.
completely.
Good
He
thing
was-
we didn't have him on this episode.
Right.
Finger on the temple and all.
All right, y'all ready to get into this thing today?
I
Yes,
think
sir.
we're already deep in it.
You know what? All right. So, okay. So let's get into some segments. All right. So I'll start first. I still haven't come up with a name for this situation that I've got going on, but
We're going to call it Frisky Fashion tonight.
there we go. You know what? Let's just call it that. Let's call
I
it
like
Frisky
that.
Fashion. Thank you, Nayo. This is why we have
You're
Nayo here.
welcome.
Because Nayo's got all the shits.
Cisgendered.
Have no idea what that even had to do with anything.
I was about
That-
to say, now,
that's-
now Daryl was like, I'm not with this.
Now I'm not with the shits.
That's the voice I give. I get the cisgendered, heteronormative female.
Okay.
You know, if you put on the labels
She feels
on
it.
it.
She
If
puts
you
all
put all the
voices.
labels on it, that's what I give.
She gives our female cisgendered
Okay.
Heteronormative.
heteronormative point of
Calm
view.
down, though. And put...
She did. You know what?
I mean-
Representation matters. So this week I have some things for you guys. First being, as with all good things, hot girl summer is starting to come to an end. We are about to be approaching September, and actually it'll be almost September by the time this episode drops, and fall is right around the corner. So with that, I guess I'm gonna call it mild boy fall, because I don't know what else to call
Mild
it
boy
right now.
However,
Fall.
she did just say that she was going to, instead of hot girl summer, It's gonna be hot nerd fall.
So what does that mean, though?
Well, that's because she's making sure that y'all remember that she is still in school, that she is still getting that. Yo,
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like
She's back on campus.
we always
Got
talk
it.
about
Yeah.
Megan, Rihanna, Beyonce, and Pose.
Yeah.
The four who got all 4 bases covered.
But yeah, she just wants y'all to remember that she's in school. She's
That's
still
pretty
getting her
cool.
education. Y'all can too. Y'all can be out here
Yeah, I
living
was gonna
y'all
say, she
dreams
said
and
it's
still be a boss
definitely
ass
put on.
person.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
So-
Can you imagine like Megan Thee Stallion back on campus? Do you think she lives on campus? Or do you think she lives
No,
off?
I'm pretty sure she's
definitely
just
lives
doing online classes.
No,
You
she's,
know-
she's,
she's
going,
physically
she's
there.
physically
Oh,
going
she's
to
a
campus this fall.
trooper.
She
Yeah.
is. I
She's going
definitely
back.
wouldn't.
because she did online classes throughout, this past time, and she was like, "Now it's time for me to go back on campus." So she's physically gonna be there this fall.
That's pretty dope.
I honestly feel like even if she took like a sabbatical, she can come back. But I feel like that also needs to be an improvement on her non-vocal stuff on projects like her modeling. I
Yeah,
felt
true.
like some of her shoots were very lackluster and it could be a lot better.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
I don't know if that's just like she hasn't found her shit yet, because I know me, I don't know my fucking angles yet. And if I became famous tomorrow, y'all would see I didn't know my fucking angles yet.
But that's the photographer has to know them for you. That's
But
when he has to
it's
be able
also
to
the
help.
model. It's also the model.
That's very true. You're right.
Like we always say about our great girl Meg, she has it all.
She does.
She just needs a better team to help her polish those things, because it's all there. She's the package.
And it's just nice that it's natural as well. Like,
Yeah, she just
Fuck.
oozes star quality, sex appeal. She's got bars.
Great knees.
The knees, because I wish I had those knees again.
You know.
I went to a party last Sunday, y'all, and like I was on my Megan Thee Stallion because I was wearing those Rihanna platform shoes that I have, and they give me some balance. But when I tell you, 2 days later, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I just want my knees back.
Yo,
get ready.
on some personal shit, which I feel like we can get on in this episode.
We're getting deep.
When I first started fornicating, I feel like every single time my thighs would come back sore. And now, no longer. So am I like a G to the game? Was that like that's just like first that just happens for everybody when they first start? Or like is that a testament to sex?
I don't know. I don't remember my thighs being an issue for me.
My thighs definitely had some in the beginning.
Huh.
You doing your thing
Uh-huh.
and all that good stuff. So I could see it both ways, However, I do agree. Over the time, it's like, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I'm like, damn,
It's not
that
the
is a
same.
very good
I
thought, 'cause
wake up the next day like, all right.
I don't have that.
We're seasoned
Issue.
hoes at this point. That's all it is.
Like, she really made me think, like, damn, do my thighs burn now?
Do they?
No, they don't, actually. Huh.
Oh, man. Okay.
I grew up.
Moving on. Moving on. All right. So, with fall coming, no pun intended. Every puns are going to be all puns. All puns. Everything's on limits. All right. With fall coming, what are you all like looking forward the most to wearing this season? Like, what's like your one go-to thing that you're like super excited to bring back out the closet now that cold weather is on its way?
Man, I
Hopefully.
haven't gone shopping in so long. I don't even have no like, oh my God, I can't wait. I'm not a fashionista like I used to be. I used to really be into sweaters and shit and like really looking into shit, but like I'm just not there anymore. It's just like, can I get an outfit together for work?
And how long will it take?
Right. How quick, yes. How quick can I get it together?
Agreed.
Definitely if I'm waking up 10 minutes before I need to leave the house.
Right.
So
Facts. Big facts.
definitely like how quick can I get this shit together?
Big
Listen.
facts.
So for me, I don't have a real answer. What about you guys?
Although I'm looking forward to going to shop for them this fall, it is the sweaters for me.
Yeah.
And I really want to get to like the cable knit sweaters.
The chunky knits are back in fashion, y'all. Chunky knits have been in style for a couple seasons now.
And I'm like, and they bringing back the cream colors, that can go with a little bit of everything, and tagging that with some nice burnt oranges, the deep greens and things like that. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm trying to get back into my colors. Yeah. And fall is always that part for me specifically. Like ever since fall has always been my favorite for fashion.
For true. I'm definitely looking forward to looking like a leaf again. I actually did a little bit of early fall shopping today. I was finally able to find some like colored pants, and I haven't been able to find some in years because like they never have my size in the store, and they always have the skinny fits, and I'm not a skinny boy.
Thing about that, right?
So I finally found some. Yeah, so I'm excited to wear my leaf colored pants again, and boots. I love a good boot. I think this might be the year, y'all. This might be the year where I finally get a pair of Timbs.
Oh, I want some beef and broccoli. I've been wanting beef and broccoli since I was a child. I feel like it's my PG right to get some fucking beef and broccoli.
I just want some of the wheats. That's all I want. I just want a classic wheat.
Those are nice.
Yeah. I don't like those.
You don't like those?
No. Go fucking work at a construction yard if you gonna wear them. I don't fucking like those.
Damn it.
When they style,
if you're
right,
not fucking in New York, if you're not in New York and you're not fucking walking through snow, because if you're not walking,
all came out.
If you're not walking through snow, I don't see why you got the construction boots on. If you not like, if that's not what you're doing, what you got them on for?
Because it's in fashion. Duh.
It's not in fashion.
It is down here.
And this is what I hate about the South. Like, the South confuses me. Y'all get the same magazines I get. Y'all get the same TV programs I get. And yet, y'all still come out with, like, the craziest shit.
Because that's just what we do. We're not.
I ain't never seen people match so hard in my life. Like, y'all gotta have, like, baby blue hat with a baby blue shirt with a fucking baby blue pair of fucking Jordans.
Sometimes them uncle outfits be hitting, okay?
Well, listen. I mean, it ain't just in the South. Detroit is good for a good color on color matching.
I know it's not just the South. I know. But those are like the deepest hood parts of the hood. Like, because I remember like when I first went to West Charlotte.
Yeah.
I saw somebody with like a pacifier in their mouth and they was like, this is what we do in like Philly. What? And I was like, what?
You know what?
And then, like, how can I even fucking judge? Because the baby literally started his gimmick as wearing a diaper when he first came out.
That's true.
So it's just like, it's a constant thing. I feel like there's like another culture somewhere in the South or something like with baby bottles or something like that.
Is it?
Not for just fashion, it's for other things.
Oh, it's for measuring lean.
Yeah.
Our background hood connoisseur.
I'm like, I just learned something today.
That's how I know it as. Not from experience. I just know. Yeah. So
well,
it's interesting. We have our own way of putting stuff together for sure. I mean, like I said, sometimes some country uncle outfits be hidden. Other times,
sometimes yes.
Sir, we didn't need this. Okay, so fall, great. We're happy for it. We're ready. I had a couple other things, but I'm gonna just move forward. So I'm just gonna go to my last thing that I just want to bring up real quick. I am very excited to say that Missy Elliott is finally getting awarded her Video Vanguard Award on MTV.
Finally.
It'll have been awarded by the time this comes out, but name a Missy video that you don't like.
Man. Like,
no.
She's like I would say she is the innovator of music videos.
I wish I don't know if it's just me or our generation, but I wish I recognized the greatness of Missy as much as it should have been recognized when I was a child.
Yeah.
Cause like now when I look back on like this bitch is singing, this bitch is rapping, this bitch is like doing her little two-step, she producing, she's like she doing all of that shit, and she is so talented. She's still doing shit, and there's like so many songs that I don't even think we recognize Missy is on today.
Yeah,
and it'd be like, bitch, you never stop. No. And like her, and when she stopped, it wasn't because Missy was out. And honestly, for me, because I don't pay attention to the backgrounds of like a lot of music artists, when I don't hear from them anymore, it's not because I think they fell off. It's just because I think like they stopped, and if they decide to come back, they could.
Yeah.
But Missy only stopped because she she was going through health issues.
That's literally
and she
the
had
only
to handle that shit, and she got that shit, and she looks great. She never not look great, but she looks great, and she looks just as young as she did back in the day.
She is stunning.
And it's not younger.
In that video that she just came out with, I know she got them fucking braids braided that fucking long for that fucking double dutch shit.
Because she's the only one that would do some shit like that.
That's not CGI. That is real hair.
Her fucking
even
not her hair.
Cover.
Yeah. But yeah, she got them fucking braids that fucking long for that fucking video.
Shout out to Kellen Derrick, because he is her hairstylist. He is like he's good with the damn lace and with the feed-in braid and all that. So you did the damn thing on that. And another music video directed by Sean Bankhead, choreographer extraordinaire. I love him. He's just great. So she works with great people. She works with, I mean, she's just that girl. So it's long overdue that she got this award. Definitely. I'm happy for it. I'm excited to see what she's gonna wear, because Missy always comes with the hits when it comes to the fashion. And I will be having my red carpet recap on Monday, so be looking out for that.
Sorry, I know this isn't our music episode. I know it was last week, and I wish I thought to bring this up last week. But have you noticed in music they're trying to bring back that old '90s feel, like with the Tiana Taylor and that's not Christian Combs. Which one is that? He is Christian? Uh-huh. Okay, and Christian Combs and that whole, because even Aaron, when he was listening to it, he was like, that sound like Mace or Diddy. And I was like, it do. He has that feel to him. And there was a Offset, the Clout video. Offset and Cardi B, the Geffen gave off Busta Rhymes feels. Yep. And so it's just like, back to that. So how y'all, I hope we get back to it. I really like it.
That was a great
era. One of the best eras of music.
Yeah, it was just very innovative. And I think the thing is that, like, we need that back again. Like, music videos for a long time have just been kind of boring, honestly. Like, especially in, like, the hip-hop, R&B realm, because now they focus so much on, like, clubs, right? Like a club atmosphere, a party atmosphere. Right, driving, clubs, all that kind of stuff, instead of, like, tell me a story. Give me visuals. Give me, like, and that's why, like, I enjoy that a lot of people are doing, like, the kind of like the short film music videos again. Like, I'm okay with watching a 7-minute music video. Yeah.
I would like to say that is very underrated, but a lot of trap songs do that, and they've been doing that, and they've been doing that whole theatrical feel where they have that whole storyline with the videos and whatnot. I'm not counting him as trap, but it made me think of it. J. Cole has definitely been doing that shit. Tells a story. So, but Aaron be putting me on a lot of shit like Future, Trouble, all of them. They be having a whole bit. We just watched a Cash Doll shit. She was talking about being a stripper, telling a story about like setting this nigga up and the other nigga being like ready for the shit, and like how she came out that situation. So it's just like all them. That's definitely still happening. And then definitely with these female rappers, they adding that sex appeal, that boss ass woman situation with it. So.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. We good. All right. So music. We're gonna do another music episode because there's a lot of things we can talk about. But that was just a few short things just to get us started. So I know y'all waiting and ready. We're waiting and ready. So boom. All right. Let's talk about sex. S-E-X. Take a deep. Bro, y'all remember that song?
Yes, Life
Jennings. Shout out to Life. I heard that it wasn't long after that song came out that young lady died too. And it was like after the song came out, I don't know how she died. I don't remember, but she did. And I was like, oh, damn. Like, wow, damn.
You know what video you just made me think of? That, Aaron, what's that Lil Wayne video? With the girl, like, she was like 2 different life paths, and like one path she had AIDS.
Oh, How to Love?
Yes. That was a good video. That was a good song, but a really good video. Because you don't think about that with the song, but like the video, that was a good video. It worked really well. Yeah, that was a really good video.
Yeah, that was a good song too.
That was a good one. That video brings up a great segue. So let's talk about hooking up. Let's talk
like
about
one night stands, freely,
all that. So
just like outside of relationships.
Outside of relationships. So like if you are we're gonna assume you're a single person, right? You don't have like, I got a nigga on the side like that thinks he's my man. Like, no, like, you're single, right?
That's still single.
True. All right. Facts. Okay. So you're single. So when you're a single person, you have needs, you have desires, you have
come on needs.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're people are sexual. Most people are sexual. There are some people that are not, but most people have some type of sexual inclination, energy, whatever, and you know they want to get it on with whomever they want to in that way, shape, or form. You know, so hookups, good, bad. Why do we do them? Great.
Great. Do it.
I think
why do you do it? Because you need to, because your body needs it.
Your body needs it.
I like the way you just said
that. She felt it.
You gotta relieve stress. You gotta explore. You gotta learn yourself. Like masturbation gets you so far because you gotta understand what to do with your body with a partner. Like you need those hookups. You gotta explore those different things and understand your body and what you want and what you don't want. But it's like you can have hookups and be safe and be approved about it, and you can still be free and be approved. Like there's a middle fucking ground here, guys. Like you don't have to. I'd be damned if I waited until married to have sex. Like that's not. Nah. You gotta test ride the car before you buy it. Like fuck out of here. Yeah. I'll be mad. I would. Oh my. I was just imagining. Like, Sierra lucked the fuck out. Because if I was out here fucking and I know what good dick feel like, and then, like, I married Russell and then we fucked, and then that shit was, like, whack as hell. Like, I be looking at this nigga like, damn, what am I supposed to do now? I built my whole fucking new brand around you being a good nigga, and I can't leave you with your whack dick. Like, I mean, damn.
But is it in that type of situation, do you think, if the dick was whack or whatever, is it... Can you teach someone to give you what you need
if they're willing to learn?
Okay,
but there's just some things you can't. I don't have a dick.
Okay,
I don't know what y'all do with it, but y'all do some things, and it's just so. It's like y'all can lift like a big toe up, and it just start hitting different, and I'm just like, yo, like what the fuck? So it's like there clearly is some finesse with dick, just like there's some finesse with pussy, and there's things that as a woman I can't teach you to do with your dick. I can explain stuff to you. I can tell you what I like. I can tell you what I want you to do with my body. But as far as the motion of how you move your hips with your dick, I don't know if that's able to be taught. I've never had to do that. I've never chosen to do that. I'm not saying I've had good dick all my life. I'm just saying I've never chosen to go that far and teach a person that thing. But I don't even know if that's something as people with dicks. Do you think somebody can verbally tell you?
I don't think verbally. It definitely has to be the physical and shown. Like,
fuck y'all, because it's not fair, because y'all are talking to other people with dicks. So it's like very easy conversations to have. So,
wait a minute.
But we answering your question.
But see, just because I'm messing with someone who too has a dick does not mean that they know what to do with their dick.
That's very true.
And that's the thing.
That's not always
I
the
know
case.
that. You're right.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's definitely like you can verbally... Shout out to Aaron being the greatest cameraman ever. But you can, like, you know, I can tell you, you know, like, okay, so when you do this, I need you to lift this leg and go in here and, you know, scooch to the left a little bit. Like, I can tell you all of that, and you may do it to a T. You may do exactly what I ask you to do, and it just might still just not
You
work.
know what? The main thing about when I asked you to do my branding shit, and I described to Daryl exactly what I want. Daryl gave me exactly what I asked for, and it was crap. Not because he did crap, but because what I asked for was crap.
But you got to see it, and you know.
I was like, you know what? Thank you. You know what I'm going for? Do your thing.
Yeah.
And he did that. But I don't think that also transfers well with sex. I don't think I could be like, do your thing, because clearly you just did your thing.
Yeah.
And it didn't go
well.
well.
It definitely has to be. It has to be that tell you, but I need to more so show you exactly what it is. And like going off of what Daryl was saying, like you can do it to a T, and it may not be that thing where it's like, nah, it's still whatever. And those are some cases. But then it's like, okay, maybe that was like that, but does it also count into how much do I like the person to continue to go on with that, right?
Sure.
When y'all are in those moments of bad hookups, not continuous partner, hookups.
Yeah.
Do you tell the person that they fucking suck?
Okay. So honestly, I have not. I'm going to tell you why. Because I know, for me, I know that at the end of the day, I don't have to see you again. Right. You don't have to see me again. If it's one of those type of situations where it's like, we just got together for this brief moment in time to share energies and bodies. And that's it. Like, I don't, now if I were to want it to go somewhere after that and vice versa, then okay, yeah, next time I'll be like, hey, when last time you did that thing with your tongue, let's do this instead.
Yeah. So when you do that, is the person receptive? Because in my situations, they're never receptive. It's always, fuck you, you wild pussy bitch. It was you the whole time. And it was like, whoa, you came in 3 seconds.
I think it really depends on the person.
Yeah.
Yes, it really depends on the person.
Yeah.
I have done both of those things where I have said after the moment, right there physically,
that was whack.
It was whack. It wasn't received that well. As I look back on it, I'm like, damn, that was kind of
say it that nicely either, because I know you.
I know, right? And I tried.
Yo,
and
that
I
shit
think
was
shit
trash,
comes off,
my nigga.
But I think, the thing is, I really think shit comes off very nice. And Daryl has come
way.
to
Are you a
learn.
Sagittarius?
I'm a Virgo.
Virgos and Sag just have that same problem. We think that we say things nicely, and yet
And it come off so
Wait, so
wrong.
when's your birthday? It's coming up.
September 8th.
Oh, wow.
I know, right?
So it was like a
that's why we're going on the gaycation.
Oh my gosh. I know Daryl's delusional. Are you delusional?
Wow.
You're so delusional, Darnell. I'm over you.
Fuck you. She calls me Darnell because she thinks that I...
No, because he thinks his name is Darnell and that he's 6 foot with an 8-inch dick.
Wait a minute.
So if we're going towards Daryl or Darnell being this 6 foot person and other person, I too am delusional.
Okay.
That's Troy over there.
I swear, like every time he come out with a new caricature of himself, I'm like, yo, Daryl, who the fuck is this guy? It's like, I've never met this man in my life.
Art is subjective.
You should have seen his Bitmoji. It took me like 7 tries to get him to get his Bitmoji to at least close to what he looked like.
Oh my god!
You know what? Mine, when I first made it, Tony was like, "Oh, okay."
Wait, mine's definitely named Nala. I'm over
no, Tony is one of my friends.
My bad.
No, I did not name my Bitmoji.
Oh my freaking!
But
goodness.
Tony was
How
like,
did we get
"Yo, is this you or you made this for somebody else?" And I was like,
because we see
like,
ourselves.
me.
It's because we
Don't
see
you see my
ourselves in
creative
our
director
best
did?
light. We see ourselves in our best light, and in the where we think we're going, and it doesn't always line up with what we actually have. But that's all I'm gonna say about that. Continue with what were you talking about, Torian? Sex being trash. Talk about that.
Yes, well, in the case of sex being trash, yes, I have said that in the beginning. In physically, didn't go well, and yes, no, it came out as
dickish.
Yes, it came out very dickish. I did apologize though, but
apologize for what? Apologize for wasting my time to give me that whack ass dick.
Well, it was just like the feelings were hurt, and I was like, damn, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
What am I supposed to do? And that's my fucking thing with male fucking egos. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to take this whack dick? Like, yo, this shit was trash.
Yes, you
and
are.
niggas have no problem. Niggas have no problem be like, yo, you wasn't that wet today. Niggas have no problem saying like, yo, you was kind of prickly down there. Niggas have no problem saying like, you hurting my dick.
Yeah.
But if I say I'm uncomfortable, if I say I want to like switch moves, if I say I want to do anything different than what the fuck you doing, I'm disrespectful. I ruined the mood. I gotta shut the fuck up and take it.
Well, look, I could only speak on that part for myself. So when I had those instances with females, I didn't mind it because for me it was like, okay, let's do something where you are more comfortable because maybe then after it happened and you get more comfortable, shit get more wetter and the sex get better.
Boom.
And then it's like, fuck. Damn.
Logic.
But see,
Logic.
that speaks a lot to the way that men are taught about sex versus women. Because let me tell you,
I've had a nigga dead ass say he fucks for himself and he don't.
They do.
And
like,
most
and he
men,
don't care about like if the girl get off.
And see, I
used to like this. If you weren't getting pleasure, I'm not getting pleasure.
See, and that's I think that speaks to me as well. Like, I'm the type of person, like, when we're having sex, or whatever we're doing, I am actually concerned about you good. Like, because I know for me, I'm weird because I don't need you to get me off. If it's a hookup, right? I don't need you to do that. Like, that's not my actual end goal. My end goal is to get you off. And I can do whatever I need to do if need be when you're gone. Actually would prefer to, you know? So, like, when it comes to men not being receptive to like that criticism when it comes to their dick being trash or not getting their partner, you know, the experience that they want, like, it speaks to the way that we are taught as men. A lot of us of just like, okay, when you're fucking, you just do this, you wear 2 rubbers, which that doesn't work. I'm just putting that out there. Don't do that. Wear 2 rubbers. That's not.
Thank you for putting that out there. Please don't.
That's not the proper use of a condom.
If I had all the time in a day, I would literally go through all the fucking myths. Like, please guys, please don't.
Because there's a lot, and that's the thing. We are taught a lot of us are taught those myths, and we're taught that, like,
she's
your
on
job.
Top, the gravity does not de-escalate.
She can't get pregnant if she's on top. Like, that does not matter what position. It does not matter. But you know, so that speaks a lot to that. Like, we're not taught. Most of us are not taught to consider our partner, to actually know what the fuck to do. A lot of dudes just know, like, just stick it in. There you go. Like, some dudes don't even know what to do with the clitoris. I'm like, I don't even have sex with women, and I know what to do with that clitoris.
That blows
they don't even
my
come
mind.
near it. They don't want to touch it.
It's right there.
And it's like, dude, you going in and out my hole is doing nothing, especially if you want to do anal. I need you to touch the clit because anal's for you, dude. Anal's not for me.
Women,
so,
y'all don't
like, please wiggle it. Yeah. Please two finger tap it. Something.
Blow on it. Something.
Anything. Yeah. Get a toy involved. I don't care. I need something. I
don't care.
But you know what? Because I mean, in my conversations with women, it's just like a lot of women. The penetration part is just like, okay, it's like, that's not how you get
there's
pleasure.
Definitely moments where a hot flash comes up. I had a nigga had me at a point till I was about to pass out, and I was like, yo, don't faint during sex. You can't do that. like, cause I don't know when I'm gonna wake back up. Like, just like, you can't faint during sex. So I've definitely had those moments, and it's like, what did you hit? But then there's those moments where it's like, you ain't hit shit.
Yeah. Because y'all, I mean, it's different. It's different for us because, I mean, this is the thing. And gay men out here, if you're a top and you don't suck dick, what are you doing? At the end of the day, we're all gay, sir. So don't be like, oh, I don't do that.
Straight men out here.
What?
If you straight and you fucking a woman and you don't eat pussy, what are you doing?
I just don't understand. Let's talk about oral sex for a moment, okay? Because it's not always about the penetration. I'm personally a person that I am actually good with no penetration on either end. You know, I'm good. I don't really. That's not what really gets me. I'm definitely a like intimacy foreplay person. Like, all that is great. Yeah. That's what does it for me.
How much do you want this? Like, what are we doing? Like, are we sneak fucking right now? Are we like, or how bad are you moaning? Or how hard is your, like, I'm more about the anticipation of it all. Like, like how much is this wanted that we are at this point right now?
Yeah.
But, and I feel like this still goes into foreplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
like,
does.
Yeah.
It does.
I can say foreplay for me is huge.
Yeah.
Like, but in the sense of a hookup, I don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like,
definitely.
I always think, I'd be like, that's okay, time wise, can you been here too long?
Confession? Can we speak on our last hookup very briefly? Let's just say, like,
let's do it.
Location and sort of how. Okay. For example, me, strip club. Oh well. Met him at the strip club.
Okay.
Fucked him in the CVS parking lot after we bought the condoms.
Okay. Hey, shit.
So
right there.
that was before. Well, actually, that wasn't my last because I count Aaron as my last hookup.
Okay.
Even though we made it a relationship,
Fair.
he started off as a hookup.
Okay.
But prior to him, that was mine.
Gotcha.
So, fellas.
Okay. Well, let's see. Last hookup. I'm kind of vanilla with my locations. I've actually never had sex outside of a bedroom per se.
I lost my virginity outside of a bedroom.
I don't know. It's not, and it's not for lack of interest. To be completely honest, it just
never happened.
It just hasn't happened.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, that's honorable.
I'm a classy broad out here, online.
Oh.
You know,
Tinder?
the apps
Or Grindr?
not Jacked.
Jacked
is the one. But yeah, that was my last one.
So mine was actually from Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
It was at home though, at my house.
Yeah. So okay, when it comes to hookups, how do y'all prefer? Do you prefer to host a hookup or do you prefer to travel?
I've traveled a lot. I've gone the distance. Like, I've definitely went to Philadelphia from Maryland to fuck a nigga.
Oh, wow.
I left you at like 2:00 in the morning to drive from Charlotte to Raleigh to fuck a nigga. Like,
oh, okay.
I definitely will travel to get some dick. But that's because I like to go places. I don't like to stay stagnant.
I like that explanation.
But I definitely have had most of my hookups in my home. That's because I'm a weed smoker and I need to smoke weed. I don't need to smoke weed before I have sex, but I'm probably rolling up and you're coming over during my roll up time. So we're going to smoke this blunt or you're going to watch me smoke this blunt.
Kill two birds with one stone.
And then we're going to get it popping.
Hey, there you go.
So, yeah, I think it really just depends on the scenario.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not necessarily like thinking like, oh no, I would prefer to go home. Like, I'm just going with the flow of things. Funny story, I had a time where me and my friend was like planning, like, we're gonna go hook up with these guys. And me and my guy, thank God, started talking a little more because we've always known each other, but we never like knew each other.
Gotcha.
Right.
So we were actually having a conversation and we found out we had the same last names and my last name's unique.
Yeah.
And so it was like, bitch, we might be cousins.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Like, so we didn't do it. Like, now we like call each other like, yo, what's up, cuz? But like, yeah, like we never like, and it was just like, what if we didn't like have that conversation and we fucked and then we found out later, like we would have been sick with ourselves.
Yeah, like, damn, I just fucked my cousin.
Yeah. Like, I would have been mad going to the family reunion, see that nigga like, yo, what the fuck you doing here?
Right.
But no, so talk before you hook up.
Definitely.
At least learn the nigga's name.
That's a very real fact right there. That's real.
Because I told him my last time, he said, you're fucking with me. And I had to get my ID out because he dead ass like thought I was lying. Like, nigga, no, we got the same last name.
Wow.
Yeah, that's real. I mean, especially in a city like Charlotte. Like, I mean, I know me personally, I'm related to quite a lot of people in the city on like a multiple family levels. So I just be like, okay, who's your grandmother?
Mm-hmm.
You always got to go back to the grandparents.
I have to.
And Daryl's fucking father's side of the family got like 7 subgroups.
It's 7.
So
God, really?
So I was like, you really gotta ask some thorough ass questions.
See, that's like my mom's
I heard you said you had
side.
a cousin named Earl. What's his last name?
I do. You know what? Luckily, it has not happened to me yet. But like, I had to like, even just like random people I meet, this as like friends. I'm just like, your last name Anderson. Where are you from? It's like, oh, you're people from New York. What part of New York? Because I do have some people up there. You know.
No, my best friend found out that she was cousins with my ex-boyfriend. And we went to high school together. Yeah. And they went to middle school together. Yeah. And they did not know until we were in college that they were cousins because they were both at a wedding and they looked down the road and saw each other and was like, what the fuck you doing here? And he was like, I'm here to see my cousin get married. Oh, I'm here to see my cousin get married. And then both was the groom's cousin.
Wow.
Which is like,
listen.
And they're African. So like, you know, the African culture. So it's like, what if they were ever to had explored that for like a good decade? They weren't even knew they were cousins.
That's right. True. I know I used to run into that problem middle school, high school, and like everybody between not my dad's side, even though his side is bigger than my mom's, her dad's side, I was related to every fucking body at home. And I'm like, damn. And I remember in middle school, I think it was 8th grade, and I got over to a new school. Didn't know anybody. And I seen this girl. We was talking and da-da-da. And then she said her last name, and I was like, fuck. I'm like, I already know we're related, but how?
So yeah, when you're hooking up, you gotta ask the important questions.
Ask the family tree.
You have to, especially if you're black. Like, our families are all mixed up.
When we like cousin, no, we probably might be cousin.
Right.
It's like, no, we
because
just
a lot of people's papas was a Rolling Stone.
As with anything, there's always like this generational divide between like the way we hook up and the way like our parents talk about, or older generations talk about. They always want to say, go ahead.
Fuck older generations on how they judge us, because they is some nasty motherfuckers. You gotta work at a 35+ club and see some shit. I've been seen some shit. Them older motherfuckers are disgusting. Disgusting. They're sucking dick on the dance floor. Ooh. They're disgusting. Yes, I seen a nigga like put his shirt over a bitch's head, and I'm only like, I know you wasn't just twerking under his shirt, like you had to be like licking the tip or some shit. Oh my god, like they are nasty.
I mean, I saw that in college, but
seriously though, like I mean, it doesn't matter what age you are. Everyone's sexual. Well, most people have some type of sexual urges. I don't think those necessarily stop per se. I used to be of the mindset that after like maybe like 50, this was when I was younger, that like, you don't have sex anymore because you have kids. You have kids. Or you have sex
I never thought that, but I just thought like your decorum in public changed up. Yeah, and like I'm not a club person. I'm not a club environment person. I'm not. That's just not who I am. So I don't think let me go to the club and like sensually dance on a nigga, and like so for me that's already tacky.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to being like a grown ass person doing that in the club, knowing I got like a 15-year-old back at home, like it's like I don't want my child in here doing this shit. So
but then they probably going back home telling their daughters,
and then but like I'm like, thinking
don't be like that.
Yeah, but like I'm not like I know I'm not gonna tell Mara not to take. I'm telling Mara to be like sensual but classy with it.
Yeah.
But I recognize that there are people my age working at these clubs. It's not people my age, not if I was 35. Yeah. But I'm saying there are people that are like in the 18 to fucking 26 bracket or like working in these 35+ clubs. Yeah. So I'm thinking about what I'm representing at that point, and it's just like I don't want to be seen as this old ass bitch licking on Rodney's tip from down the street, like because I had a crush on him since high school. He finally giving me the chance,
right?
Like I just don't want to be that person at 35, but also I don't like the clubs. So I know I'm not going to be that damn person.
But see, that's the same thing with us and our, and at least in my experience too. Like I can't. There's already an ageism problem in the gay community, I feel, but also like, just like what Nayo said, like if I'm going to the club, and I do like older guys, but not like, there's a limit for sure. But like, I'm not trying to be, when I turn 40 something, like actively in the club trying to get some play. Not from like one of these little 20-something-year-olds.
Like at that point, I'm hoping to be able to be at home, with my own. We go out and do something, maybe a good lounge, but not going out to literally look for something.
If Aaron don't work out, I'm meeting my next boyfriend in the fucking coffee shop. Like, there's no way I'm meeting him out on the town. Like, it's just I'm so over that scene. I'm so over that scene.
And remember we used to be so pressed to do that.
And I think that's why I'm over the scene, because I've been on that scene since I was fucking 17.
Yep.
Like I'm completely
10 years.
And probably well, I'm 26.
I'm the
like probably even a little younger, and it's just like I'm definitely, and then I worked in the club environment too, so it's just like I know the routine, I know what you're doing. Like I'm over all of it. If I'm not getting paid to come, I really don't want to go. If it's not like the last time I paid to go to the club, it was because it was like an A&T thing. I haven't seen my A&T people in a while. I wanted to like be a part of that social environment, but it wasn't for the venue.
No,
it wasn't for the venue at all. We could have been in a fucking Barnes and Noble. It wasn't for the fucking venue.
I got you.
Like I definitely fucking hate the club.
I remember when my parents would tell me, it's like, yeah, that's like when I told them, I was like, I can't wait to go to they'd be like, you're gonna get over it soon. I was like, I'm never gonna get over this.
Yeah, right.
I was over it 2 years after.
2 years,
man.
I was probably about 25.
I was over
24,
it
25.
the second I had to wear heels for more than an hour.
Yeah.
I was definitely over it. Fuck all that shit.
So,
And I'm over it being a woman in the. Excuse me.
Body rolling on your hip.
Rolling my dick on your between your cheeks. Excuse me, Miss Lady.
But you know what though is that so also because clubs are just they're sexually charged. They're sexually charged environments. It doesn't really matter, like you said. It doesn't matter what age you are. Like, you know, that's one of the places where you go in there, you gonna find somebody's in there looking for a good time.
Right.
Someone.
There's a reason they play those slow songs at the end. They don't send you home with a fast song.
No, because those are songs that you like, all right, I've been dancing with this nigga all
right.
night.
So now I put it on.
And look, that's how you know if a bitch really kind of fuck with you. She went from a fast song and she transitioned into the slow song.
She's just like, all right. Yeah.
It's
so
like,
what you
I'm
gonna
letting
do?
You know
right.
what I'm working with, nigga. You want this body rolled on you or not?
I would say that's my strategy. So that's how I do. It's like if I dance with you from a fast song to a slow song. So what's up?
We've been dancing all night.
Right. So you gonna get my number or what? Like, I hate that with the follow through afterward. It's just like, where's the follow through?
Do y'all are y'all more pursuers or y'all like to be pursued?
Lately, I've been a pursuer, and the last few people that I've met and conversed, whatever, talked with and all that good stuff, I pursued them. So
oh gosh, it's kind of flip floppy. So
verse life.
So it's like back in the day when it was mainly me going towards females, right? I was the pursuer. Nayo would have hated me because I was that person that would have walked up and just started dancing with you to a slow song.
Nah.
Or I would have been that person that would have been like, I never was the person to be like, let me rub my shit on you. But I would definitely be that one that smoothly put my hand on the small of your back and be like, oh, excuse me.
I mean, there's definitely moments where like I'm getting my groove on and like somebody like if I'm hitting the this and they hit this with me, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, see, that was me. That was me. And then it would be like a good dance, and then I walk away like, okay, nothing happened. But then it'd be like, okay, well, maybe I come back around.
My thing is, it's when you come up behind me and it's not just dancing. It's like you rubbing my hips. You trying to go up my skirt. You trying to slip in, touch a titty.
See, I wasn't
like I've definitely been molested on the dance floor. So it's just like, if you're doing all that, I mean, good.
Guys do too. Some people just do way too much. I remember I had a guy that was dancing with me at the club, and this is when I had hair, and this man straight up put his hands in my hair and pulled my hair on the dance floor. When I tell you, I whirled around. And this is when I was with the boys, so they was like, oh, whoa, bro, whoa. Like they was like,
niggas be disrespectful.
What?
It was
niggas be real disgusting with it, and it's just be like, my guy.
People do be disrespectful. So in DC,
you don't even know what you're touching.
Listen, and it was like in DC, we went out, right? I can't remember the lounge, but it was really nice. I would go back.
Yeah.
But this guy approached, and I was talking to Zach at the moment, right? And we had a little whatever conversation going on, and he stepped in between us. I was like, okay.
Ooh, rude.
Well, whatever. I'm like, we out of town. Torian kind of, calm down, right? But then it was like, oh, you over here cheesing a lot. Your man must have let you out the house. First of all, if I was with somebody, I don't need permission to go any fucking way.
Fucking K.
But I'm like, that's the worst fucking pickup line. People out there in the gay community, straight community.
Stop that shit.
Stop that shit. Don't go to a female talking about your man let you out the house today. Don't go up to a nigga talking about your man let you out the house today.
It's mad annoying.
Well, I will say I do say I do whatever the fuck I want, and if there's a moment in which I feel that, I will do. But I do ask Aaron whether or not he would take offense to certain shit, just because I don't need that argument. Because I know I'm not intending to be offensive, but I would like to know, like, do you find this to be offensive? Because I remember when I was at your cookout, Daryl, and he was at a club, and it was his birthday, and I said, dance with bitches. I don't give a fuck. Just don't ask them bitches for their number afterwards, exchange Instagrams, and don't be filling up no damn skirts while you dancing with them. Let them twerk on you and keep it the fuck pushing. Right. Shit, when we was at the damn strip club, he had me choose the goddamn stripper for him. So it's just like, I just feel like those are just moments of like mutual respect. Yeah. But in regards of my original question about pursuit, for me, if I'm sober, pursue me. If I'm drunk, I'm pursuing the fuck.
You on the hunt.
I am on the hunt. And I definitely, that's every time I'm drunk, I'm just like, you're fine. You know how fine you are?
Did I take you home
today? See, I don't know. I haven't really pursued
I
in
feel
the
like
club
I pursued
lately.
Aaron. Yeah. I definitely feel like I pursued him. Because
I kind of sit back.
It was like a fake pursuit, though. It was like a pursue me, but I'm going to set it up. Like, I went to the, I didn't have to go to the bathroom, but I was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom because I had to walk past him. So I was like, I'm going to go to the bathroom. And then, like, I got there. I was like, well, what you going to do, bitch, when you get in here? So I was just like, I'm going to turn back around because I had to go upstairs. So he was still downstairs. So I was like, he ain't see that thought contemplation of like, you really about to fake use the bathroom right now? And so then he was standing next to where they was having the fucking, like shit that they want you to buy at the end of the show and shit. Yeah. And I was like fake signing my name up on the email list because he was standing next to it. And I was like, damn, like he ain't even looking my way. And then he touched his face and I was like, you hot? You
You was ready, boy.
Conversation starter. How you doing? You can't handle your liquor. Like, just anything.
I cannot. Okay, so what is really y'all? So what is y'all's overall like when you're hooking up or like when you're sexually interested in someone? Like, what's your overall like strategy? Like, or do you have a strategy? Is it just like I'm just gonna let you know point blank period, or do you kind of take a more, depending on the situation, like a more subtle approach?
Speaking for all women, long eye contact is me shooting my shots, okay? Long eye contact is me shooting my shots for those in the back, okay? Just letting y'all know, long eye contact with a smirk, okay? Because I probably noticed your long eye contact, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck you looking at, and it's not mutual, it's not my nigga.
It's not. Oh man, that's real. I've done the long eye contact. The thing that pissed me off one time, I was in the club, I was with my friends on the other side, and this guy was on the other end, and he was definitely looking at me. Like they had like the little drag queen show going on in the middle. He was like looking at me the whole time, and I was looking back because I was like, oh, he's cute. And he's like looking at me, and like we definitely made eye contact. He did the smirk thing, and then right when the drag queen show ends, who comes up to him? His little boyfriend. And I was like, wow.
He thought you was cute. He thought you was fly. He was thinking like, you probably dropped a threesome bull.
I was about to say he
probably was like, yo,
but no, his boyfriend looked back at me and was not having it. That's why I was like,
so Ronaldo didn't love you.
No, because I was just I said noted. I said, trust me, girl. He looked at me first.
Have y'all ever had those situations? I've been pursued for so many threesomes. And I've never been part of one, but not because I didn't want to. It's just at the point of when I was being asked, it was just like, no, this isn't happening. But this one guy who asked me, he would like bother his girlfriend about it. And I was like, dude, your girlfriend's going to think that we're fucking and that you want to add me to the, all of us to the mix. Yeah. And it's like, you cannot ask her this many times for the fucking threesome. If she hasn't bit yet, she ain't gonna bite. Like, you just gotta let it.
If she doesn't want to do that, right? Like, and if y'all, especially if y'all, that's the thing. If y'all are in, everyone runs a relationship differently. But if y'all are in a relationship and you're pressing your partner for a threesome and they vehemently are like, nah, then let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Just know that you're not getting that fantasy fulfilled. Not while in your relationship.
He would just see us being friendly when she's drunk, and it's like, no. You know her well enough to know that, like, when she's drunk, she's not herself.
Right.
Yeah. Like, the real question is, will sober so-and-so want to be a part of this. And if
it's
sober
no,
so-and-so's not about it, don't get drunk so-and-so.
Exactly.
And then, because they going to be pissed as shit when they wake up and see that bitch next to you in the morning. Whoop a nigga ass. Like, fuck who that bitch?
Man, but to answer your question, mine is a slight smile, smirk, but I bite my lip. It's terrible. It's very terrible.
Torian's the sensual one.
Okay.
Torian be like the
He
one
was
over
like,
there like stroking his chin and shit.
You gonna catch,
definitely,
you gonna
it's
catch
like
these direct hits.
I've tried the eye contact thing and it just don't work.
It never works, but that's why I let it be known for the niggas in the back. Longevity and eye contact mutually with the smirk means we want it.
Yeah.
We want it.
But yeah, I don't know. And I try to stop it every time, but when I'm drunk, it just happens.
Well, good to know.
What about you? You?
Oh, I didn't say mine. I'm sorry.
You probably did, and I forgot.
It's
What
okay.
is it?
No, actually I didn't. I have learned to be more direct because like I spent my early part of my sexual development like waiting for people to notice me and waiting for like someone to be like, hey, and then when it would happen, I'd be like, ew, you know? So I was like, I finally had to get over that fear and be like, nigga, just if they don't want to, fine. Like, cause you're not gonna press yourself on no one. No one's gonna press it. You don't want no one pressing themselves on you. Don't press yourself on nobody. So I'm definitely more direct. Like if I am, interested in you, I'm definitely gonna do the little I'm gonna shoot my shot. Yeah. I'm gonna see where it lands. And if it doesn't land, I'm gonna move on. I'm definitely direct these days. So when it comes to shooting shots though, what would make you respond to a DM from someone that's definitely trying to like, get the cakes? What would make you open that DM?
Fine. If they look good, I'm reading it and I'm inquiring and I'm talking to you. Well, it depends. If you look good, because I definitely had a dude that like we talked. I was like, yo, I'm about to go sit on that. Travel to South Carolina. I be traveling for the dick. Travel to South Carolina for the goddamn dick. And it was whack. And I was heartbroken. Damn. And I really like spent the whole weekend like trying my hardest to make that dick work. And
it just wasn't working.
And it just like we were just not sexually compatible. And I was really heartbroken. I got some free Jimmy John sandwiches out of it. Like,
Jimmy John.
I was so fucking heartbroken. It's just, but it was mainly because he was fine. It was because he was fine, and I was just like, yo, like, and it was one of those like, yo, I like your smile, yo, I like your smile, you try and come sit on it, hell yeah, because your smile, right? Like,
I want them pretty.
And that's what that's what they always say. If you're attracted to somebody, whatever they do is cool. When you're not attracted to them, it's creepy.
That's true.
So if somebody's like 400 texting me and he fine as fuck, I'm like, yo, Chris Brown just texted me 400 times. Yeah. But if it was like, don't want to insult no celebrity, some ugly motherfucker, and he sent me 400 texts, I'm damn sure like, stop. Hop off. So it really just depends on what your attraction to the person is.
That's true. Funny story. So I recently, since I actually went bald, have had a lot of people in the DM.
Child. Speak on
it. And I'm like, oh. But anyway, there was this specific person, no, not specific person, but particular person. And I was like, no, not really there. And it was just kind of like still shooting the, and then I had to leave it on red because I was like, I don't want to, hurt the feelings. But there was another person, which is why I thought about the hookup thing again after I answered. And that definitely was the last hookup. And it was through the DM.
Hey, shout out to the DM.
And it was was fine. But then it was like, oh, dog, I didn't even know. I would have never guessed you actually got down like that. So then it was kind of like that whole, like, let me see what this is
like,
about.
This is really happening.
And then I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, wow, sex was very bomb. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, I had one of those DM stories.
So we're going to take a brief break from this conversation and we're going to jump into Blue's Eye.
Ooh, like it.
See, you brought it up last week, so I'm keeping with the theme, making sure we stay on target.
Nice. So, of course, with, whole lifestyle and current events segment, the one thing I really wanted to talk about, it kind of touches back to, a little bit with you with music when mentioning Missy Elliott, but there has been some fire albums that came out yesterday.
So much new music, man.
Oh my God. And it was like nothing was advertised. So I really like that. There was Missy Elliott's. Then you had Rhapsody. You also had Jadena as well.
Bro, first of all, Jadena... First of all, do you want to go to the concert?
Is that the fine game? Well, game.
It is the fine game.
But is that the polished?
That's
game?
the polished game.
Yes.
We should go to the concert, guys. I want to go.
When?
It's November, like 10th. It's like a Thursday night.
So on my birthday.
Okay.
Wow.
Your birthday's not November 10th.
So. It's in November.
Whatever.
He's here in Charlotte?
He's here in Charlotte at
Really?
the Fillmore.
Oh, yeah.
Tickets are $25.
Okay.
Okay, we should go. But I say that to say that, yes, Jadena dropped the album. The album is good.
It's
but
very good.
Jadena out here getting twerked on by all these women and shit. And I'm just like, why not me?
Because you're not a woman.
Right. I mean, I get that. And, much respect to the man. But I wish I could twerk on Jadena.
Yeah, he's very, very the classic man.
He's a classic man, all right.
And then also Fantasia dropped her single with
Come on,
T-Pain, which
Fanny.
is actually, I think it's a banger.
Is it like a club song or is it kind of like...
It could be played in the club, but I don't think
Okay.
it's a straight up club song. But it's definitely something that could be played in the club and not bring it down.
Okay.
Yeah. It's up tempo, something different from her.
Yeah.
But it got that T-Pain,
Yeah.
buy you a drink type of
Okay.
feel
Alright.
to it. So that was something that I thought was really nice. But then on top of that, with Fantasia, Rhapsody, I'm like, there's this little push that's happening to Baby with the Carolinas. Like,
Shout out to Carolina.
the Carolinas are pushing up. Travis Green, even though he's gospel,
Oh, yeah, I
he
forgot
released
about him.
a new single yesterday as well.
Yeah. Shout out to
So
him.
we're like, okay, Carolinas. Second was going back to our whole rainforest thing and issue, which I think is a huge issue that we didn't hear about it for 16 days before it got attention. And then also there's a tribe there, a Brazilian indigenous tribe, who won a court case for them not to come into the rainforest to protect their lands as sacred lands and not build on it against oil companies back this spring. And a lot of people are putting out now that they feel like that's the reason the fires are happening and it was from the oil company. So I just wanted to know what your thoughts were
Well,
on that.
isn't like the Brazilian governor or president like backing them burning
The president
rainforest?
is backing it.
See,
Yes.
that's
However, today Brazilian troops were finally deployed to fight the blaze.
yeah, because the damage is already done now.
Yes.
Do I believe that the government can do some fucked up shit like that? Yes. But do I think that the government is constantly doing shit like that? No. I would have to know more, look into more, and see timing of things to have a better opinion. But I do believe that any government is capable of destroying the world to get what they want.
Definitely.
Yeah. If and then it's just also just been unseasonably hot all over the world too.
Yeah.
So
I'll say as much damage as we do to this world on a
Iceland.
daily basis.
Yeah.
I don't deny any random combustibility
that's true.
being able to happen.
Yeah. Don't take much and it'll definitely spread quickly. But
And then the final thing I had here was related to our segment. And I found an article on CNET, actually. And it has here that people who use emojis have more sex. And I just want to know, does that correlate personally?
No, because I was fucking a nigga who hated the amount of emojis I use. And that nigga fucks like crazy. I fucked him because I heard a rumor that he got kicked out of Virginia Tech for fucking so much.
Oh.
And he did get kicked out of Virginia Tech, but that's not why.
I was about to say, that's
But it was
Wow.
very viable because regardless, he did fuck a lot. And he
Yeah.
does fuck a lot. Well, he has a girlfriend now, but I'm pretty sure he's still fucking. So, yeah, and he doesn't use emojis like that. But I use emojis like that, and I do fuck a lot. So if you ask if it was based on me, yes. Based off of him, no. So based off of both of us, overall the science is no. that does not correlate.
I'll say for me too, no.
I'd say no too. However, the article does point out that 62.5%.
I bet you it was
were Caucasian.
There you go.
62.5% of the 5,000 surveyed were Caucasian.
It's like, you know what?
I
Not the same.
I bet you was going to say like 62% was something else. I must be like, I bet you that 62% was white people. Like, yes, I knew it was all white people regardless. Like, regardless, it's white people. Like, anytime I see some crazy ass fucking titles, like what white person came up with this title and what white person was involved.
And then plot twist, 90% of them were millennials.
Like,
yeah, because it did say they used Tinder and other apps.
And then what was the highest emoji that they used? I bet you it was the damn eggplant.
Yes.
Wow.
So we should in the heart eyes.
Yep.
Child. My gosh.
Wink, kiss.
But you know what though? Speaking on that, emojis for me, you know, they don't necessarily. I think emojis for me have lost their impact when it comes to that, because I use emojis, you know, arbitrarily whenever. I mean, I know the connotation that certain emojis will give, but even then, like, a lot of other people don't think that way. It's like you can put the hard eyes under someone's whatever, and like I might take that as like sign like, oh hi, what's up, and they'll be like, why are you DMing me? You see
got you. Yeah.
I don't know. I think that it's just
and definitely I feel like in this world that we live in where you got internet friends. Well, okay, for me personally, I have mastered the long distance friendship. There's people that have called me randomly and like, oh damn, I meant to call Johnny. Well, you didn't get Johnny, and then we talking for like 6 hours, and now we talk like every Thursday, and I've never met this person in person. And I've been doing that since before social media was really a strong thing. And now we're at a point where like I saw somebody tweet all my Twitter friends are all the people I wanted to be friends with in undergrad, and that's dead. That's true. Like there are so many people that I talk to on a consistent basis on Twitter that I saw every fucking day at the T and never spoke to, but now on Twitter, like we're DMing each other like, girl, like I can't believe my nigga did this shit, and it's just like, how are we this close now? But my overall point is to say that you can very easily just build like this faux relationship with somebody through Instagram, Twitter, or whatever, and you put the hard eyes, and your hard eyes is completely platonic, and you're thinking like, oh, this is a bomb ass picture, you look good as fuck. But it's not like you look good as fuck. So it's definitely a difference, and I think the social media of our millennial generation definitely has an impact on what emojis mean, how deep they can get, and all those things, and especially with these with the ability to build these long distance relationships with people that you've never met in your life.
And I think that's another part that contributes into just our sexual experiences and our hookup culture, is that like we have so many, our options are way more limitless than our parents or people in before us. So for my family, for example, like my family, I have double first cousins and stuff. It's not incest. It's just there were two families. In my case, there were 3 families that all lived in the same area, and they all ended up just intermarrying. Like brothers and sisters married the brother and sister over here, and that type of thing. And it's just like, but that was also like the 30s, 40s, 50s in the country, you know, where the nearest house was like 5 miles down the road. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, not to say that there wasn't, you know, natural attraction and love and stuff involved, but you know, when you date who you're in proximity to. Us, we can, like you said, we can form relationships with people all the way across the other side of the damn world. And
definitely, if it's a fucking Tumblr story, like, oh my god, look at me meeting my boyfriend of 8 years for the first time. Like,
you see what I'm saying? So especially when it comes to hooking up, now we can go on an app, we can go on Tinder and scroll through and see people in our city that we may have never come in contact with in any social circle, and now next thing you know, we're laid up in bed together. You know, so it's kind of weird when you think about it, but it's also like,
as we lay.
Shout out to
Kelly.
Well,
you should have never said I look like a broke ass,
like a fat ass Kelly
Price.
A forever iconic episode of Catfish.
Yes,
but it's just so funny. That's why I think I was trying to say earlier is that differences between the way generations view the way they each generation acts sexually or whatever is just so interesting because, you know, older generations think that we're just out here loose with no morals. But it's like, we're doing the same thing y'all was doing. It's just we had more access.
And let's not forget that back in those days, you did have people that was just out there fucking like crazy. It just wasn't as heard about because they didn't have the technology. Thank you.
Right. Yeah.
Like, come on. You was never married, but you got 10, 12 kids with 6 baby dads.
You know what I'm saying? But then also, you know, historically, you know, other generations were, you know, fucking a lot younger too.
Yeah.
And because they were marrying younger. I mean, just the fact that there was a time when like it was acceptable for a 30-something-year-old man to be marrying a 14-year-old girl. That's so crazy to think about. You see what I'm saying? Like this shit is wild.
It is crazy to think about.
It's wild. So when we're hooking up and everything, because we have all this access and we have so many other people and we have sex a lot, maybe. What happens when you see someone that you hooked up with out in public and it was a bad hookup? What do you do? Do you speak? Do y'all go out? Do y'all have conversation?
It depends on the relationship I had prior to the hookup. If it was like a genuine, like we never seen each other before, I don't know you. I've never seen you. I've never met you. We've never been in the same situation with each other. Yeah. But if it's like we had class together, like we see each other, like we've made eye contact, we you know, passed by, then like one day we decided like we won't fuck and it was horrible. I'ma still speak, but like my energy's way different and like, you know, that dick was whack. Like the dick was whack and we ain't on that no more. But I'm not gonna be an asshole about it. We just gonna like never talk about it and I'm gonna say what's up when I see you.
Yeah. See, now in that instance, I was an asshole.
Oh God. Torian, be better.
and then when I think about it now, I'm like, damn, that was an asshole move. When I thought about it then, it was just like, okay, well, it was what it was. We didn't do nothing, blah, blah, blah. We only got class together. It is what it is. Okay. Now, if it was that instance where I did not know, like we didn't, like you said, didn't have that prior relationship, whatever, blah, 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 didn't know you, then no, I don't know you. Blinders are on.
Yeah, we can continue as is.
I am Nayo Louise Tabron.
Skirt. Right.
Not here saying?
Right. Because I would keep walking. And then I randomly get a text or something like, oh, for real?
No, that's the worst. Like, don't at that point in time, like, don't do that. Because I've been on both ends of that situation where it's like, okay, I saw you and I was gonna say something because, you know, it wasn't necessarily that easy and whack. I was gonna, because I was like, we had a relationship prior or whatever. Yeah. But I didn't say nothing. So I'll be like, wow, damn, that's how it is. And I've been on there and they're like, wow, you ain't gonna speak, nigga. It's like, nigga, we didn't speak before this. Right. Like, what the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Or I see you out, it's like, you know, you're ignoring me because you're with your girlfriend. So
ooh,
the tea.
You know, I mean, it happens sometimes.
One of the best poetry situations I was ever went to and experienced, I think you were there, was this dude was talking about his experience with being with a down low football player at the tee. And it was one of the best spoken word shits I've ever fucking heard. Like, cause he was going through it, and then at the end, it was just like, nigga was talking about football player at the tee this whole time. Like the delivery was so
the emotion was
fucking
there.
Amazing.
It was good. I do remember.
I wanted to like. Good. I still want to know to this day who he was talking about, but it's like, who fuck cares? Because your delivery was amazing. I think you're talking about everybody. Everybody's down low. Fuck it. Like it was so good. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, y'all situations with that down low. I guess it's the same thing like being the other woman. Like you got to keep that secret. You got to make sure, like, you know, because you don't want to be that person. And it's like, fuck.
That's the first time I've actually heard a female say or put it in that context. Yeah. Like, that's interesting to me because a lot of females, especially our black women, will go into a whole tangent about the whole down low thing, right? And it's just like, when you said that, I was like, damn, that
That's what it is. You the other woman. You the other bitch. And you gotta hide and you gotta pretend like we didn't just spend a weekend together in the Poconos and it's whatever.
But and this is, and you know what, if for anyone that's dealing with that type of situation, do what you must with that situation. I know
be safe.
Please be safe.
Definitely be safe.
Just be safe.
Don't
in
trust
general.
that nigga because you already know you're not the only fucking one.
And that's with anybody. This is the thing. When you're, like we said earlier, if you're hooking up, just be safe with how you're hooking up. Because especially because when you don't have ties to someone, and even when you have ties to someone,
even when you think you have ties to someone,
just always protect your neck first. Protect your neck first above all else.
But it feel better when I don't give a fuck. It don't feel better when that STD is burning. When you're pregnant, you can't drink no more. It's just it don't feel better. Okay.
You need a moment.
Just saying.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm done. But seriously though, shit. Damn it, Nayo. Oh my god. But seriously, you just have to be smart and just be safe. Trust me. Believe us. Have fun, y'all.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Explore.
Have the orgy.
Trust.
Do the threesomes. Get your back thrown out in the back of the club.
Oh.
Do all of that.
All of that. But definitely trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. Trust your gut. If your gut says something, listen.
No matter
please.
how crazy, no matter how weird, no matter how random your intuition is, do the research and prove yourself wrong.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be mad if you didn't and you was right.
Yeah.
Please,
if it sounds suspect, it's probably
suspect. I'm telling you, oh my God, I swear I wish I could give my testimony. If you feel like this is weird, crazy, and outlandish, ask yourself why that thought even popped in your mind in the first place, and just do the research and ask the questions and don't feel weird because if the relationship is genuine, you can ask a weird ass question and move the fuck on from it. And if it's not, then that's your red flag right there. And that lets you know you don't need to be intimate with somebody you can't ask a fucking question.
If I'm trusting you to be all up in my guts, but I can't just ask hey, so then.
And even if you do get to that part and you still just have something in your gut, trust that intuition. It's something that is there for a reason.
If the dick is just hard enough to chop cocaine, walk the fuck out the room.
Walk away.
If you don't feel like something right.
Yeah,
definitely.
The pussy soaking, walk the fuck out the room. If you don't feel like something right, don't fucking set yourself up for the kill.
All right, so. Y'all ready to get into this game of Never Have I Ever?
Ooh. I always lost that in college. You used to be so drunk.
I should have brought us. I should have brought us a bottle.
Right. I was a good boy, so lies. Anyway,
I'd be the first one out damn.
Because you start thinking about stuff, it's like, oh wait, I did do that. But then that's when you start asking wild, outlandish shit. But we'll see what happens. Okay, so everybody got your questions, sort of.
Yours.
Okay. So who wants to go first?
Who
wants to ask first, I guess.
I'll go ahead.
Okay, Blue, ask first. What you got?
Never have I ever sucked toes.
Nope, ain't done it.
Once.
Oh.
And it was playing a game of Never Have I Ever.
Well.
So,
no, I haven't.
Here we are.
To answer the question.
Okay. We're going to assume that everyone answering the question has not done the thing they're asking.
I mean, they might not have. You might try to be tricking motherfucker.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Well, all right.
Never have I ever had a threesome.
No, I haven't.
Nope. All right. Never have I ever masturbated while at work.
Oh, I have.
Damn.
I mean, sometimes.
I mean, that shit hit you like, bro, I can't do this merger report with this shit on my mind.
You just have to, you got to get it out.
To think I'm in friends with these people. You nasty people. My gosh.
Oh my, okay, so never have, oh wait, I have, but I'm gonna say it. Never have I ever sexted at work.
Oh, I have.
I mean, sexting don't stop depending what time of day it is.
Definitely I have.
So yes.
Cool. Never have I ever had sex outside.
No.
Definitely.
I have.
Told y'all. Kind of vanilla right here still. Okay. Never have I ever been in a polyamorous relationship. Having more than one like actual like partner.
I guess
at a time. Like romantic partner.
I'm gonna say I don't know. Okay. So I was with one guy and he knew that there was a possibility that I'd be fucking other people. And I was. But at that same time, another guy in his head was exclusively dating me. He let me know. I ain't know. And
what you be going through?
No, because like he had said something to me and I was like, why would I care? And he was like, because you're my girlfriend. I was like, whoa, when did we discuss that? He was like, I mentioned it like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, I thought we were just
heart's crying. He made him look good on the outside, but on the inside, his shit went.
He was just like,
it was broke glass.
So anyway, man A, we definitely knew we were dating each other, and that it was a possibility that we would fuck other people, but I was fucking other people way more often than he was. Then man B, he had no idea. In his head, we were exclusive. And then man C knew about man A and B, and we was just fucking. So it's like, does that count?
Yes.
Okay.
DAKA.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. To answer that question, no, I
have not.
Okay. Oh, but I would like to add to the listeners, I wasn't fucking man A or B. Man A was we were in a long distance relationship. Man B was also long distance, but a lot closer than man A. And
Man C was just available.
Yeah, man C was the dick. Man C was the dick that I wasn't getting from man A or man B. This doesn't mean long distance relationships don't work and that your bitch is cheating. It just means that I was. So
if I'm being 100 and funky with it.
All views expressed in the show are the sole individual intellectual property of the speaker. Oh my God. Next question.
Okay, it don't matter.
It really don't matter.
Okay,
I'll go. You go. Go ahead.
I didn't write any. I'm
adding.
Never have I ever hooked up with a friend's ex.
Definitely.
He was my ex first.
Yep.
The boy is mine.
Yep.
Not yours.
So I mean, yeah. So yeah, we'll say yeah.
I said definitely, and honestly, I can't even give you a scenario, but I feel like if I thought hard enough, I could. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to just say yeah, because shit get messy. Like, definitely when it comes to high school, like, you just intertwine that shit a lot of times. Yeah. So I'm going to say yeah, even though I can't particularly remember if I really did.
No.
Yes. His face said yes, probably if he thought hard enough.
I think the possibility could have definitely happened.
Let's just chalk that one out to a possible for all of us, because it sounds
one
like
in a possible.
But then I was just like,
it's like,
but that's my friend.
No,
they don't mean nothing.
No.
Okay.
I don't like if you was my friend's ex, then I more than likely remember. But if you was just some random person that they tried to claim and like nothing really came about that, and now we have our time, and I've been wondering.
Yeah. Now in that case, yeah, but no, this was a true life relationship.
Yeah. Oh well, mine was then a no, because it wasn't like a relationship, but it was like someone that I messed with first hard, and then like we stopped, and then my friends started messing with them hard, and then like they stopped, and then he wanted to mess with me again. I was like, I mean, I'm here, I don't care, it's whatever. And I told him, I was like, hey, do you care? He's like, I don't give a shit. He was yours first. I said, okay, bet. So here we go. Oh man. Okay. Never have I ever used toys during sex. Any toy.
No.
In any way.
No.
No, not during sex.
Yeah. No.
Nor have I.
No. And I'm so upset about that. Like, I hate every nigga I've ever been with in my life. Like, fuck all of y'all boring ass bitches. Like, so upset. You trying, or like we discussed it, we about to get down, and then like relationships over, like somebody done fucked up,
gotcha.
And it's like we was just about to get in the freaky shit. Like, God damn.
Oh man.
Never have I ever. This is so sad, and I think I can say this with true honesty. Never have I ever had sex sober.
Yes.
No, I have had sex sober.
Most of the time,
I'm pretty sure there's like one or two times where I wasn't, but I smoked so much weed in my fucking life. Like, I don't think there was ever a time that I was like not high.
You know, it was crazy. I know it's crazy to say it, but when I think of sober, for some reason I don't think like, weed.
Yeah,
but that's not where my mind went either.
Yeah, it went straight to alcohol.
Yeah, that's not where my mind went.
No, I was thinking about weed and alcohol, and I was just like, I know that like 9 times out of 10 I've definitely was smoking. I think about like one of the few times in like my earlier days when I was fucking where like I wasn't, but I was big on alcohol then. I'm literally thinking about this one particular time, and I think that might have been the only fucking time I've ever been like sober, no weed, no alcohol, just like straight to the nitty gritty. But for the most part, like niggas puffed at least before. Or by myself, or something.
Yeah.
Stole a shot at mama's lip. Something. Something happened. Something definitely happened.
Got it. Okay. Never have I ever been a voyeur. Meaning, never have I ever gotten off while watching other people have sex.
Does porn count?
Yeah, I'm about to say, not physically in person. Like, no, I haven't. No. Because usually when I'm around like my friends having sex, it's like I'm so inconvenienced that like I can't even be like into fucking. Like I'm like I want to go home.
That's true.
That's I hate that. It's like, okay, you're here at your dick appointment, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm your ride.
Right. I want to go home.
How long y'all gonna go?
Right. I want one too. Like hello. No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
Yeah. Thought about it, but.
Never have I ever mutually masturbated but not have sex.
Yeah,
totally. That's my preferred.
Yeah, this shit is hot.
That's my preferred to be actually. Never have I ever participated in BDSM.
No.
Never have I. You never gotten your Electra on.
Not in like a full mental like this is what we're doing. Like it might I do some role
I have
play.
Not, by the way.
I definitely do some role play. Like me and like one nigga, like we had like an instance where it was just like, oh, I love the way you push that vacuum. Like real weird shit. But like I've never had like a time where like it was get the fuck on you. I've wanted to though. I really wanted to, but I've never had a time where like it was actually done. I really regret that. I mean, it's not like I'm dying and I can't ever do it again, but like I just talking about like my younger, more free days. Like I definitely regret not having those moments. Oh my gosh. I know that there were some niggas that probably would have allowed me to like get really freaky with them if I asked.
That's the other thing. I have like really freaky tendencies, but I'm very particular with who I want to be freaky.
Right.
Yeah.
Ain't that it?
Yeah. So I haven't. So
it's like it's here.
Because I don't want to say nothing wild to you, and then you telling everybody I said that wild.
Right. Like no, like I need.
And then put me on blast. Like,
like
no.
Well, damn, nigga, I was just trying to get my rocks off.
Right. Never have I ever slid in a DM.
Definitely. Never have I ever shat during sex.
No.
I feel attacked. You know what I go through. But thankfully, it's only been like once. Oh my God. Okay. Never have I ever.
Nayo.
Fuck you, Nayo.
I wasn't really even thinking about you. I was thinking about it.
It was funny though. Oh man. Never have I ever farted while getting my ass ate.
Oh no, haven't done that. I farted during sex, but I haven't farted while getting my ass ate. The first time I ever farted around Aaron, I was like, I'm just let it out because like I can feel it bubbling, but I didn't think it was gonna be loud. And we were asleep, so I was like, also we're asleep. Like he ain't gonna be worried about it. That shit was loud. And I just pretended like I was so deep in my sleep. I didn't even know it happened. But I could see him and he woke up and he like looked at me. Did this bitch just fart? I know this bitch ain't just fart. Like
she did.
But she did it in her sleep. So I'm gonna let it be. And I'm gonna go back to sleep. And I'm just thinking like, nigga, I'm wide awake and I'll let that shit out consciously. But whatever. Like he definitely was like contemplating like kicking me out the house right then and there. Like, this bitch just farted next to me in my sleep. How dare she?
Yes, I have. But it definitely wasn't intentional.
Was like a love fart? Like, oh, I like what you're doing.
I mean, I definitely was enjoying myself. However, it was just kind of like it. You know,
it happens.
It just came out, and it was just like I felt so bad, and then it was like,
don't feel bad.
They was like, oh nah, and I was like,
oh, they was like that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
And it's because I don't know if this is your guy's situation, but I had a guy describe to me that like if you're so into what's being done to you, that you relax and release yourself, that you can't control those things and you're not thinking about those things anymore. That is what,
and that's what was explained to me, and I was like,
I get that.
Okay,
because just like you're so like you've just essentially you just submitted your whole body to me, and like I'm just in control at this point. So yeah, I could totally see that. Could totally see that. Let's see if we all have like 2 more in us.
Okay. Never have I ever licked a gooch. I haven't. What's a gooch? Are you asking? The gooch is the area between the balls and the asshole.
The taint.
Oh.
The taint.
Yeah, I was thinking, the taint.
Either one. Got it. Okay, cool. No, I have not.
I have. And yeah,
I be wanting to, but then a nigga
tickles.
gonna kick you on your face. Exactly. It's just like, damn, I can't even sneak lick your gooch.
But the thing is, when you do it right, it's almost like it makes like the body gets limp. So it's like you get a lot of control.
Yeah, it's a very sensitive area.
So it's like when you do it right and you get it right, and you just gotta have your hands going with something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
As long as you got your hands doing something else and you do that part of it, it's just like they go and like you know how you rub a dog's stomach and they leg.
Yeah. That's it.
That's what happens.
I feel like this next question is pointed, but I was asking anyway. Never have I ever been motorboated.
Honestly,
asking one person with titties.
I don't think I've been motorboated. No.
That's reverse motorboat.
I've been. Oh.
Yes. Oh well, in that case, yes, it does. So yes, I have.
Okay.
Like,
booty motorboating.
Booty motorboating.
But no, I don't think I've been I don't think I've been titty fucked. I've had a shot taken out. No, motorboating is putting your face in the titties and going.
Really? So I've been using that all wrong.
Oh,
I thought it was.
Is that what you meant?
Yes.
Motorboating in your head is.
But either way, yes to both for me. But yes, that's what I meant. I don't know.
Yes, titty fucking is titty fucking.
Okay, I get that.
And so I've been titty fucked.
Okay,
but I've never been. I've never had a man place his face in my titties and shake his head back and forth.
Okay. I have done it.
Was that an enjoyable experience?
It was very enjoyable.
Good to know.
It's not enjoyable for me.
Especially when she, just stuck her chest out even more. I was like, well, fuck it.
She's like, let's go.
That was in high school at a DAKA conference.
I feel like there's certain sexual antics where it's more about why it's being done. And it's the excitement of it being done versus the actual
I can get into
thing.
That. Yeah.
Because what does titty fucking do for you? It does. I mean, not for men. I get what it does for y'all, but
it doesn't take
do
much for us. That's the thing.
So,
but there's some women out there that like really like that.
Parts. But that's why I said it's. I feel like it's the what is the overall mental part of it?
Yeah.
Like,
it's
is
it
something
that,
new
because
that
it's
is getting
them
you
off?
off?
Yeah.
You know, because for me, I get off more on what I'm doing to a man. Like, damn, I be thinking in my head like, oh, I know this pussy well. Like, you can't take it. I be thinking like, I got to the point where I held myself back from moaning because niggas don't fucking moan. So I gotta fucking listen out for. I gotta listen out for whimpers and shit. And it's just like, but when I finally hear it or that grunt, that like, damn, you better my pussy, my
that's
nigga.
how you know you got him. I can't
So,
stand a quiet fuck.
No,
I can't.
But yeah, so now I be getting quiet so I can hear and listen out for all those different breath changes and shit. And it's just like, so for me, that's what's getting me high. That's what's turning me on. It's not necessarily, I mean, for some, this what you're doing, but also it definitely has a lot to do with what I'm doing to you, how I'm making you feel. Yeah. I remember this one time I was walking on this nigga's back and I stepped on his back and this feeling went through my body that was so orgasmic. And at the same time, he moaned. And I was like, did we just have a fucking moment? Like, me stepping on something that made you feel good made me feel good. Even though, there was nothing sexual going on with my feet in his back. But, like, it just transferred.
That's the sensuality. That's the sensual part of it. Yeah, and I think that I like that more than the full just sex part. Like the sensuality. Oh my god.
Listen.
Yeah, I'm all about the story. Like, I need porns with good stories because, like, I feel like my life is like real life porno shit. Like, I be in some situations like, yeah, let me fix your hard drive. And like now we're fucking. It's just like, okay.
So how do we get here? Oh man. Okay. So my last question will be: never have I ever been recorded having sex.
Oh God! No, when I become famous, the guys that have my recording, please check in with me before you check in with TMZ. But no, that is not because I'm paying you. Because I know I look good back then. I know I was doing the damn thing, and I know I will not be embarrassed. So. I just wanted to see it before TMZ saw it because goddamn, can we walk down memory lane together?
So no, I have not either.
No, there's so many. Oh my gosh! And the thing is, niggas, if you gonna record, please ask the bitch permission because I don't know how many times I've been in situations where niggas just pull out a fucking camera and it's already being done, and it's like. You're ruining my mood right now. Yeah. But as women, we're taught not to mention those things. Yeah, so then you don't do it, and now you're like that person. Euphoria just show to show. They have a character on there named Cassie, I believe, and her boyfriend has an issue with her because of the fact that she has these rumors going around her, and it's not really rumors. He's seen the physical evidence of the fact that there's sex tapes. So he thinks of her as this bitch that's going around fucking niggas getting sex tapes. But in her head, these niggas are asking her to be their boyfriend and girlfriend, and she's trying to please her boyfriend, and it's like they're in their moment, they're enjoying themselves, she's being herself around them, and he pulls out the camera. He's like, come on baby, if you love me, you'll let me record you. So she's being innocent, she's trying to stay true to her beau, and these niggas are taking it, showing it to their friends, being dirty with it, and it just makes me wonder, like, do niggas think about that shit? Do y'all recognize that y'all are the dirty fucking people? And y'all are the reason why bitches don't want to do certain shit because we try to do it and now we're hoes because we done this shit for our niggas that we cherish that don't cherish us.
It goes back to, like I said earlier, the way that men and women are taught about sex. We are taught that you're in control. She's supposed to get you off. Like your job is to just get off, not to do anything to please her, not to consider her feelings, or even for, because that translates over into gay relationships too.
Oh yeah,
it's not your partner's pleasure and autonomy does not matter.
Yeah,
that's what we are taught subconsciously and sometimes just straight up as men. And some women are taught that too. But on the flip side, it's more so like what you said. Like they're taught like you're supposed to just please your man and whatever. And it sucks. We shouldn't do that. We gotta change that narrative, y'all.
I have, but I'm gonna say it. Never have I ever given cotton mouth head.
No.
I have. Definitely after you smoke.
I was about to say it had to be after.
It's got to be after you smoke.
Definitely after you smoke, and you're just
I'm gonna
like,
pass on that one.
you're like, oh, I'm into it, but my mouth's not. I don't know who this is more painful for, but this shit's not fun. This shit is not fun. You try to down a bottle of water, but you don't want to mess up the mood. Yep. But it's like, but look at how my throat works while I swallow all this water.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And on that note, Nayo, take us away. What you got for us this week?
So this week, since we're on the topic of sex, there are a few things I would like to share with you guys. And it's mainly under the umbrella of not being ignorant. So do your research. Read all the articles, ask your doctor questions, ask for every test that you possibly can ask for, because there are diseases out here that aren't found by just the natural swabbing. You have to get the blood test. You have to go a month after you had the sexual encounter. It's not immediate. You're not going to always know. The doctors aren't going to always know. You have to do your research. You can be curious for stuff that you've never even had a fucking breakout for and pass it along to however many people and never know. It could be years before you even found out you did what you did. So overall, I need y'all to definitely do the research and find out and figure out what you have, what you don't have, what other people have. Don't be out here blindly spreading shit because you're embarrassed to ask questions and you don't want to ruin the mood. If the mood can be ruined, then you don't need to be fucking that person in the first place. Secondly, worry about consent. Ask for consent. Make sure you're giving consent. Don't feel as though that if you don't feel like you're giving consent, then you're not giving consent. Don't let somebody bully you into thinking that you're giving consent. And now, lastly, sex affects you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. You have to take care of every fucking aspect. You can't ignore it. You think that you have it down. You think because you fucked as many people as you fucked, or that you have this connection. All that energy is being transferred. If you're fucking somebody and you're randomly depressed and you're trying to figure out why the fuck you're depressed, what's going on in your life, as if the person that you're sharing energy with is depressed, because they probably are. And now you're getting all that fucking negative energy nutted up in you because you are not worried about the energy that you're transferring with this person. So please protect yourself in all aspects. Condoms, prayer, questions, whatever the fuck it may be. Please protect yourself for your mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional well-being. Thank you.
And that's that on that. Just like we said earlier, have fun, be safe, protect your neck, protect yourself first and foremost. You can do whatever you want to do out here willingly, with consent, with anybody that you feel sexually attracted to that also feels that same way with you. But just make sure that at the end of it, you walk out that room the same way you came in. Same thing with your partner. Consider your partner, consider yourself, and just be safe. Be safe out here, y'all.
Please be safe.
Be safe.
All right. So we've had a lot of fun here today.
We did.
We talked about some things. Y'all learned a little bit more about us. Don't be up in our DMs.
Man, this is not open.
This is not that show. Okay? Darn it.
I might have that guac 3000, but that don't mean you gotta come find out.
She hit it with that yup.
Yes.
Some of y'all not large enough for the two-hand gawk. So
And with that being told, we will talk to y'all in the next show.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
What's up, guys? It's DAKA, the Fashion Freak, and thanks for joining us for another week of the TAWKS podcast. Did you like what you heard today? Did you want to get involved in the next conversation? Well, that's great because we want you to. Make sure you email us at tawkspod@gmail.com so we can get in on this together. That's TAWKSPOD@gmail.com. And while you're at it, make sure you hit the subscribe and follow button on every single one of our social media platforms. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you follow all of those at TAWKS Podcast. That's TAWKS podcast. I spelled it out so you don't have any questions. Now you know where to find us. Make sure you catch us every Friday as we dish about all the latest in fashion, lifestyle, and pop culture news. And as always, until the next one, stay fashionable, my friends.